Hey out there in slot car land, how's everybody doing this fine Thanksgiving weekend? I'm sorry this is coming to you a little late. It's been a hectic past 3 days. I had to work on Thanksgiving Day from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and then I had to turn around and be back to work on Friday from 7 to 3, my normal shift, and then I started feeling kind of crappy Thursday night. Got up Friday morning, felt like crap, but still had to go to work. And by the time I got home Friday night, or Friday afternoon, I felt like crap and just, ugh. And yesterday I was still feeling like crap, and we had to do our Thanksgiving yesterday, and just a whole bunch of other things went on. So feeling better today. As you can tell, my nose is still kind of cloggy and my voice sounds a little weird, so I'm sorry about that. But other than that, I'm doing fine. Today we're going to be taking a look at the km-2 Amrac km-2 chassis, which is basically an updated version of the km-1 chassis, and we'll compare the two of them here. And we'll definitely be putting some pictures of this up on the group page on Facebook in the Amrac file. And then we're going to talk about a couple of things before we open that up, because, it's got to be a quick video. So we'll talk about a couple other things. I do have some stuff coming. I have a car coming for Shaden for Christmas. We'll take a look at it when it comes. We'll do a look what the mailman brought for that. I'm not going to show any tuning on the channel for it because it's a G Plus car and we've already done that. So I don't want to double up. What's going on. We might do it. I might show it on the track after we're done with it, and a couple other things. I am looking at another set. I'm looking at about 3 auctions right now on Facebook. On eBay. One that's for Colin, because he's got a couple of cars. I'm still working on their cars for their collections and whatnot. I'm looking at this one. It's still got 22 hours left. It's a 2-car. One is a Magna traction, and the other is a non-mag car. This would be for Colin. I think he would get the Magna traction car, and I'm not sure if we're going to put those bodies on it or if I'm going to use one of my other bodies for it. The non-mag, we don't have a backup chassis for a non-mag, so that would be really cool to get a hold of that. And we'll do some, if I get this auction, we will do some work on these 2 cars on camera, because we've never done anything with a Magna traction or an original, or as we call it in our group, a non-mag, but the original AFX chassis. And 2 really cool bodies that look like they're in really good shape. That's the non-mag car. It's in really, really good shape. And then that's the Magna traction car. As you can see, it doesn't have any tires on it, but I've got tires. I got replacement tires, so that would be a really cool thing. The other 2 that I'm looking at are for me and for the channel. This one right here, which is a buy it now. It's only got 5 hours left. I might place a bid on this car. I really, really want that car. I'm a huge Richard Petty fan, and I would love to have that car. It looks like it's got a Magna traction chassis underneath it. But I'm really looking at that car. And then I'm looking at this, too. I want this Amrac Porsche. I love that Porsche. I want to get that one in my collection, too. So, and that one's only got... it's only got 5 hours left on it, and nobody's bid on either of them. So, the Petty car is a buy it now for $45, but I think I'm going to jump in and bid here in a little while on it and bid $35. See if I can get it for. It'd actually be $39, almost $40, but it'd be like a $5 or $6 savings from buying it now. They want $45.95 for it. Buy it now, but. That's a little bit of some things I'm looking at on eBay right now. Couple, come on, show me all active. What else am I looking at? Oh yeah, this one here too. This has got 7 days left on it, so this has got a little while. I would love to have that one as well. This is a G Plus car. Starting bid is $7. Nobody's bid on it yet. So I'm kind of keeping my eye on that one. I got to kind of limit myself. I've only got $100 to work with, and there's a couple other things that I wanna get for this channel and for the other channel. I'm looking on here for stuff for the Diecast side of the Diecast channel as well. So if you guys haven't checked out Diecast Insanity, go check us out. That's mine and Elijah's channel. There'll be a video uploaded today. Today is the bi-weekly featured car episode. So we're up to 14 subscribers on that channel now. Starting to pick up some momentum there. Trying to get my mind refocused back here on slot cars. That's why I've been looking on eBay for the last 2 days, is get my motivation back on this side. Sorry, it's kind of been, videos have been kind of weird over here a little bit, and things haven't seemed to have some coherentness, and it's because my mind has been off on the Diecast side. I'm a huge Hot Wheel guy. I love Hot Wheels. I've had Hot Wheels ever since I was a kid, so my attention has been diverted a little bit to that, but trying to get refocused back here. I'm trying to get some cars for the channel. We've got the fray coming up, so we're going to be doing some after the first of the year, and we get our income tax return. We're going to be ordering a bunch of parts and chassis, so we can start doing some fray episodes and doing some chassis builds. We're going to be ordering some completely stock chassis to do some builds, and some motors and magnets and gears and all that for that. I'm toying with buying 2 super stock chassis from, I can't remember who they're coming from, but I'll have to look that up for you guys. I'm thinking about buying 2 super stock chassis, and all I have to do is do a wheel change on those and see what those do compared to a fresh build that we're going to be doing. Plus, we're going to be upgrading a couple of our current cars, maybe with some new front ends, and more than likely new front ends, maybe some motor magnets, and possibly new motors. We're going to have to see how that turns out. We've got a couple of, I got a body to paint. Actually, we got 2 bodies to paint. We've got my Bugatti that I want to paint, and we'll probably be doing this car in January. We'll be painting this car. I've got a really cool idea for this one. We've got Elijah's Aston that we still need to paint. So he may be doing that with a little help from me. He may be doing that on the channel too, so keep an eye out for that. We might have a couple of back-to-back painting episodes coming up, because I want to do this, not for the fray, but I want to do one of these, one of the late model cars too for the channel. So just kind of, keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for the fray episodes coming up in probably February, probably mid-February, late February. We're going to start working on that. The fray is the first weekend of, well, kind of the first end of the week of March. Thursday is the Amrac race, which we didn't make last year, but we're going down on Wednesday this year. So we will be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then we're coming home on Sunday. So we'll bring you the Amrac race. We're going to bring you the individual races, and then we're gonna try. I'm still working on how we're going to do it, but we're going to try to bring you as much of the Saturday team race as possible. We're going to have to pack cameras and do something where either we got them strapped to our hats, or on a big pole overlooking the track on a mobile pole that we can put up at each racetrack. The GoPro, when we did the September race, the Labor Day race, it only went for 3 races and only taped about 3 hours, and then the battery died. So still trying to figure out, because I wanted to film 2 cameras going at the same time, one from the driver's point and one from overhead, but we won't get the whole day in doing it that way. So not quite sure how we're going to do it, whether we're going to have to tag team cameras and keep one charging, film, swap cameras after a table, bring the other one in and film, or how we're going to do it. I'm still working on that, so hopefully we'll be able to bring as much of that race as possible. That's a hectic day, so it'd be kind of interesting to be able to put that up on the channel, either in one, probably not in one full video because it's a long race, but maybe like hour segments, and we'll upload one each day, because I'm not going to be doing it the way we did it last year, because I'm taking the GoPros, so it's going to have to be uploaded after we get home, and I do all the editing and all that garbage, and then we put it up. So hopefully our tower will be fixed within the next week. So hopefully next week's episodes, both here and on Diecast Insanity, will be with the GoPro. So, let's get this puppy open after we get all that channel news out of the way. Where'd my X-Acto knife go? Here we go. Put the camera down here so we can open this puppy up. As you can see, this package, this is one of the reasons why I bought this one, because it's not a very pristine package. So, it's not a shame to open this. I'm still looking on eBay for some more packaged cars. There's not a lot, right? Uh-oh. Watch out, RV attacking. There's not a lot of packaged cars right now on eBay for some reason. I don't know why. I've been looking, trying to find some stuff that would be reasonable to purchase and whatnot, but it's still kind of not a lot on there right now. Let me see if we can get this right down here and get close for you guys. So this is the km-2 chassis. Where are we at here? There we are. This was much easier with the GoPro. And then let's take off. This is a km-1 chassis. And as you can see, they're almost exactly the same. Move them down here a little bit. And my cam moved. Sorry about this, guys. We're really working on getting that tower fixed. As you can see, there's not much difference between the two of them. Here, let me move it back up here. It'd be easier to do it this way. So, basically, the only difference on these is you can see on the km-1 chassis, it still has this little loop. I don't know if I can get it on there. There we go, right there. That little loop where you see the hole where right behind the guide pin. That is a leftover from the original company that made these, either Cox or somebody. That's where the original guide pin used to slide in, because they had a Dyrene guide pin like the T-Jets, but it just slid in rather than screwing in with a screw. So that's where that went. So when it just came over, they just kept it there. The km-2 chassis, as you can see, deleted that area and filled it in. Probably made it a little more rigid, a little more coherent in that area, so the guide pin might be less likely to break. Other than that, these chassis are identical. The shoes are different. As you can see, this is straight out of the package. This has copper shoes, kind of T-Jet style, whereas this has more of the G Plus silver kind of shoes. We still have the flux collectors. As you can see, we took the ones off of this one because they were hooking this thing up a little bit. Still coming with the sponge tires. As you know, that was a big thing in the late 70s, early 80s. You know, G Pluses used to come with sponge tires. The back end of the car, still pretty much the same. Still looks like the same gear, same area back there, so no changes there. And no changes basically no changes other than that little area right behind the guide pin. So we're going to have to see if that made any difference. And of course, this has the Matra body, kind of Can-Am road racing style body. I really like this body. This is a really cool body. And as you know, if you want to, you can. This body will fit any of the, there we go, tight fit. Any of the Lifelike cars, the M chassis and the T chassis, the mounts are all the same between all of them, so you can do that if you want to. This body looks like it's pretty sturdy. I don't know about that front right there. You hit that hard enough, it might break. And as you can see, it's completely open in the rear, kind of like a 24 scale plastic bodies, the flimsy kind of style bodies. So it's completely open in the rear. But pretty cool car. Put the body back on the Datsun. Back on the Datsun. So you can see it's also quite higher than the Datsun body. A little bit. This kind of sticks up. The rear wing sticks up, so it's a lot higher in the rear. Pretty much the same low. The center looks a little lower. Same wheels as on the old chassis. So, let me put this on pause, and let's take this over to the racetrack. Oh, wait, we got to put it on the dyno first. Let's set this up. Let's see if we can get right down here. Might have to hold the dyno a little bit here. See where? Woo! Come on. Woo! Alright, we got stuff going on here. I don't know what's going on with the dyno. Listen, Can. Cooperate. Just wants to spin off. Woo! Man, she just does not want to get traction on that. Just wants to blow off of the dyno. Let me do some work here and I'll see what I can come up with. Alright. Had to flip-flop the axle. It was in the same way that this one was, but it was going the opposite direction. Which means I've got the motor magnets flopped in this one. We'll let it kind of warm up a little bit here. See what she builds up to. Sounds really smooth. Alright, that made some difference. Give her a little go-go juice. Did you hear the motor sound change after I put that drop in the front there? Took her up to 228, 229, 230, so she's building. Alright, so let's take that off. We're at 230. This one was up in the 290s. So, we've been playing around with this car a little bit. So we're a little down on power compared to the first one. Which could be, there could be a motor magnet difference between these two cars. Could be a motor magnet difference, or it could be a armature. Could be an armature difference between the two cars. So let me get the body back on this, and we'll get the camera set up over the track, and we'll do some laps on the racetrack. There we go. So seeing as I'm using my phone, I thought I'd give you guys a different view of the racetrack. And if you guys can't see it, I'll show you guys before we leave. You can't really tell. I'll show you guys some decorations that we've done on the racetrack. For the Christmas season. We've added a couple of things since last year, and I'm still looking for a couple other ideas that I'll let you guys know when we do the little tour here before we leave the episode today. So let's take some laps with this car, see how she handles with this body. Ooh, so that's a oof up the straightaway. Might take a minute to get used to this body a little bit. Tires seem pretty good for sponge. You know, you're not gonna quite get the grip you would get with silicones. And I don't think we're gonna show the switch here. I think I'm gonna leave these on for a while. Takes the handle really well. I like this body. Well, we're actually best lap so far is a 9:24. Got to get back to the old days of how sponge tires handle. Got to let off going into the corners a little sooner on sponge than you do on silicone tires, because you can't really dive those cars like that right there. You can't really dive them in with sponge tires. It just won't. Them sponge tires just won't hold like the newer up-to-date silicone tires. It's fun to play with these old vintage sponge tires, though, either on these or on your G Plus car. The original G Plus sponge tires. Might be kind of cool to run a class with completely vintage class where you have to run everything as it was. There's a 7.4 flat. Getting down there. Woo! In there too high. This body handles really well. I like it. Like it a lot, actually. Sweet handling car. Oh, stalled up in the hairpin. Sometimes that happens if you don't get through there just right. You'll end up stalling. Oops! Into the wall. Driver's dead. So let's clean the tires here a little bit. See if we can break that 7.4. Ooh, spin around her. Oh, come on. Where are we at here? 20, 22? 23. Okay. Dang it, lost it in the hairpin again. Got in there too hot, too fast. Too hot, too fast. I like this car. This thing runs a lot better straight out of the package than the... Oh, there's a 6.9. This thing runs a lot better out of the package than the KM1 did. We're not having the sticking issues with this car that we did with the other one. You guys remember that episode when we did the review for the Amrac KM1 car? We had a lot of trouble with it sticking to the racetrack. This one, no problems at all. Straight out of the package, straight on the track. Runs really well, handles really well. You guys can get one of these in the package. I would definitely recommend it. This looks like a fun little car to play with. This chassis, by the way, did carry over into the It's the Rotor days. So you can get this chassis in a Rotor car too. So we may have to see if we can get one of those in the package and do a comparison between those two chassis and see if there's any differences between the Amrac km-2 and the Rotor km-2 chassis. We're going to be doing, we still got one more package car that I have to do a review on, and that is the Rotor M chassis, which we're going to have to compare to we're going to do a comparison to the Lifelike M chassis. Boom! So, this looks like a 6 flat, what was that, a 692, I think, is our fast lap. Let's just do a flyer here with the KM1 chassis, see what we can get. Remember, this has a pair of G Plus silicone tires on it, so let's, and we're still having sticking issues with this car. I think I need a taller set of tires. I think we need a taller set of rear tires for this car. We still have the sticking issues, which kind of tells me that this car has a lot stronger motor magnets in it than the KM1 car, or than the KM2. So, yeah, we'll just balls that out. Like this car. Love this car. Definitely giving this car a thumbs up. I like this car. It's sweet. Straight out of the package, straight on the racetrack. No problems, no sticking. I mean, even with the stock tires on the KM1, we had sticking issues. No sticking issues whatsoever with this car. I love this car. Beautiful. Get one. Get one. All right. So let's take a look at what I did to the track here before we leave you here. Everything's we got things decorated. Bought some lights. Did the tree up, as you can see there. We've got some regular colored lights there. Got some wreath. The wreaths are back up, as you can see, back up on the buildings. These are at my mom's house. We went through all her stuff last year. Got some of these bigger Christmas presents kind of things, and there's some there. I got some stacked up here on top of the apartment building. As you can see, we've got some around the tree. Of course, the hotel over here is done up really nice. Some of the other wreaths are pretty much the same locations as they were last year. Right here on the front entrance here by the fountain. There's one there. Of course, one on the front of the hotel. Oh, and I put one here on front of this building as well, because I couldn't get Reese to hook to these balconies, so I put that right there. So, I want to get some of the small, round ball ornaments, and I might string some across here, or maybe across here and loop. So you can see I put the tree that I made last year right there, and I've got some more of those. I want to make a couple more, maybe put one right here as well. And then up and around there so we can decorate kind of up there, maybe up here in the food court. If I can find a place to stick one maybe here in the food court somewhere or something. So, but that's the episode this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love that car. If you guys can find one in the package, or maybe even out of the package, I suggest picking up a KM1 chassis, whether it's this body or the Datsun, or I'm not sure if they did the Vet or the Porsche with that chassis, but you might look into that. And hope you guys enjoy. Next week we'll be doing another bi-weekly featured car. There goes my can. It'll be one of my cars. I haven't picked it yet, but I will pick that this week sometime. So I hope you guys will see that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Remember, keep the wheels on the downside. Keep racing slot cars. I love you guys. Keep watching. Keep subscribing. Keep sharing. And we will see you next weekend. And in 2 weeks, we're either going to be doing the Magna Traction non-mag cars, if I can get them for my son, or we might be starting a paint project. So either one, if I don't win that bid, or it could be another car that I buy for him or something. So I love you guys. Keep it on the downside, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.